and support. Thank you, Mystic Pope Mall, Mystic Eric Cabs. This is time to ask questions, if you have any. Anyone can ask question. Be my guest. This is our new support system. I stopped doing tarot, but I'm here to still be your brother. If you need anything, ask. Eric Cab says, I am about to drop out of uni. Okay, so you're about to drop out of uni. Okay. Uni. For the second time. First time was music school. Now it's online uni. Online uni, we just put to. I'm feeling depressed. That's part of why I'm dropping out. I don't know what to do. I feel lost. How do I find my path? How do you find your path? You tried uni twice. One was music, that didn't work out. Online, didn't work out. Now you feel like what we call, you feel like a failure. To who? To your parents. Maybe uni is not your path. But maybe it's not about what path. is about what do you want in life. If you start something, right? If you start something and things get challenging, do you keep pushing through, or do you give up? But here's the secret. If the direction you're going is something that you love, the word is called the thing that inspires you. No matter how tough it gets, you're going to tiptoe. You're gonna crawl your way there because this is something that you love. But when you don't love something, when you just do it for who? Who do we do it for? Others. Parents. He says, I think I want to live comfortably, have a house, but I think about it hard enough. I know that I don't really know what I want. When you want what everyone else wants, you're not really that inspired. When you want something that's not unique to your own soul, everybody wants a comfortable house and a car, but they don't know what they love. Some people can push through even though they don't love it. But some people cannot. That's people like me and you. But the one thing we don't do, we don't give up. We push through. We find a way. If you don't know what you want, figure it out. When your mom doubts you, you keep going. When all your friends, when you think your friends are talking crap about you, you keep going. When you feel stuck, you just keep doing the best that you can, but you never stop. You keep going. And if you don't know who you are and what you love, when will you find out? Or do you just keep repeating these words? IDK. I don't know. And then you feel like crap repeating that over and over and over and over and over. Every day that you focus on this, if you keep focusing on this, where does it lead you? Depression, more sadness, misery. Right? And at the end, you feel this thing. The word is called you feel worthless. Right? If you don't know, find out. But the one thing you never do, never, give up. Never give up. Next question, please. Do you have any tips on reading tarot? Tarot. That's okay. Tarot is an art form. Everybody's different. The artist evolves with their art. When you practice creating from your heart, you experience this thing. You become a channel. But if you stick to the book too much, you don't tap into this energy when you do tarot. You're just following the book. Because other artists make great art, right? We make great art. Should we copy? In the beginning, yes. But as the beginning ends, we have to evolve. Right? We have to evolve. And from copying, what does copy turn into? Inspiration. Okay? Being inspired. All the things things that we're taught, they're meant to do what? They're meant to be broken. When you do, when you drive down the road in Houston, Texas, it says speed limit 60. How many people drive 60 on the freeway? Who drives 65? Who drives 70? But it says speed limit 60. The cop watched people drive 70. The cop watched people drive 80. Why is the cop not enforcing the law? Tradition, books, laws, they're there to guide. They're there to do what? Suggest. They're there to suggest. Because all the laws, they're just like, look, we should not be driving very fast because people can die. You should not drink and drive on a Saturday night. How many people drink and drive when they go out? Most people do. But when it comes to tarot, let's get back to tarot. Find your own style, your own form. But one thing you never do, never stop. Improving. Most people get too comfortable in the way they do tarot. They never improve. They don't grow. Right? We want to be when does somebody become a true master? When do you become Yoda-like? When do you become Buddha-like? When do you become Jesus-like? Is it possible to become Yoda-like? Is mastery possible? We can talk about, is it possible? But masters, all they do, they just keep, how can I keep improving, helping more people? How can I inspire more? How can the tarot that I do help more of the world? How can the way I live my life help more people and myself first? Because every time that you help somebody, you learn something new. You find what works and what doesn't work. And this helps you to gain what? Good night, Mystic Daniel. Gain experience. Gain what? Wisdom. Because everybody is what? Everything and everyone is your teacher. Are masters perfect? Absolutely not. Right? But they have a high standard for what? They have a high standard for excellence in what they do. That they're willing to live their life following their purpose with love. Not just identifying, but they're willing to give their heart to what they do and make sacrifices and be uncomfortable. When most people, when it's hot outside, they won't even leave their house. Improve. But we have to take what? Action. But many people take what kind of action? Negative action. You judge yourself and you take negative action by doubting yourself more, comparing others to you. You want to do what? Positive action. But if you're constantly, right, constant constant criticism makes you feel the lack of what? Because you don't want to be judging all the time. We don't want to be judging all the time. It's okay that we criticize and we improve, but too much criticism it makes you feel stuck. Also known as in your head. Where does the root of this come from? The word is called not good enoughness. No matter what you do, you never feel good enough because you have been ingrained that by who? Our parents. No matter what you do, sometimes your parents, they don't just say, good job. Because sometimes people don't know how to say good job. Some parents, sometimes they don't know how to be a positive influence. Right? They don't know how to be optimistic and positive because they come with their baggage too. Right? They come with their baggage too. So it's not bad to judge yourself, but when does it get unhealthy? When it doesn't lead anywhere and you just feel like you're going in circles, right? You're not sure if you're happy or not, but you know when you're unhappy. Like, okay, you know when you're unhappy, and then you get into a place, and in between that you feel slight happiness that doesn't last long. It's like little happiness. But these emotions right here dominate your life. Right? Happiness doesn't dominate your life. This state of confused and not good enoughness does. What must we do to make this right? How can we have a balance of self-acceptance, self-understanding, and self-improvement? Like, okay, I could have done better. What must I do? Right now you have balance, right? Tough love is called yang, the fire. Right, the fire. Fire. And the gentle love, this is called yin. Yin yang. Masculine. Sometimes you need to be hard on yourself to get something done. But if you do it too much, then you just feel unhappy all the time. You want to be hard on yourself, but also learn to enjoy life. The key word here is called balance. Balance. That is the end of your question. want more discipline in life, you have to have some kind of plan. You have to stick to the plan. You have to be consistent. And then you also have to improve that plan. Then you want to evaluate the plan. You start with a plan, you stick to whatever you stick to it, you're consistent with it, you improve, and you see, is it working? Am I achieving what I want? Sometimes we want to get a girlfriend. How do we have a plan to get a girlfriend? Okay, so your plan, you want a girlfriend. Why? Most people don't, right? Why? The plan is the most important part, because a plan that does not have what? A plan that's missing love, won't last long. But it can last long if somebody trained you to have a plan but missing emotion. If somebody taught you to plan with no emotion, like the army, you get things done, but do you find true happiness? Maybe your parents teach you a certain plan, but is happiness part of the result that you want? Why do we want a girlfriend? If our why is not a strong reason, we'll give up too easily. So when people they date, they get dumped. They date, they get dumped. They date, they get dumped. They date, and they get dumped. Love is not for me. They don't ask, why do I keep getting dumped? They keep doing the same crappy plan. Right? If you have crappy results, that means your plan may not have been the best. You have to learn to improve your plan by education, if you're trying to get a girl, you don't have game, you don't have no social skills, right? You don't have status, right? You don't have the looks. Like, there's all these things that can lead you to finding companionship. You don't require all of them, but you have to understand that it does require some sort of effort, some sort of vision, some sort of understanding. It's not just by accident that people are in a relationship. Because when you're in a relationship by accident, it doesn't always turn out to be good. But sometimes it does. So when we have the plan is like putting ourselves in a box. We plant our seed inside of a pot. The seed grows. But that's all that the seed grows. What does that mean? The idea wasn't that good, and it did not grow in this box because the idea wasn't that great. Do you give up? No, you don't give up. You try a different idea. You learn how other people, what kind of seeds they plant. Bam. When you plant a good seed, it fills the whole box. And then what happens? Do you stay in the box? Or do you grow beyond the box? Most people are stuck in that box and they don't even know what a good seed is. If you don't know what a good seed is, what do? You learn. I started a new stream. You learn, right? You learn from people who has grown outside the box. But you don't have to. Some people don't know how to pick people, right? Some people listen to the worst people. Right? If you're looking to be truly happy and you listen to somebody that has a pretty box, but inside. But sometimes, before we find people like this, we have to keep settling for lower standards, bad role models, friends who are toxic over and over, because this is not common, but it's there. Most people, they're in a low box. They're not necessarily sad. They're just meh. Welcome to 2022. I have my Buddha, Shout out to your mystic station. I hope you learned something about discipline. You have to educate yourself, you have to be consistent, and it takes time to create new habit. If you're used to sleeping at 2 a.m. every day, it's gonna take time for you to sleep at midnight, right? So you have to learn how to adjust. You have to look at how you go about your day. What do you do at night? Why are you trying to sleep earlier? The why, people, is the most important thing. That's the most amazing thing about human beings. We can ask, why? But we don't use it. We're living in this animal state where we're just following the marketing. And we never ask, why do I feel this way? We just judge ourselves that we feel something, but we never ask why. When your mother is sad, where does that come from? When people around you are moody, you can just say, oh, she's just like that, or he's just an a-hole. But you never ask, why is this person's character like this? Oh, their parents are what? Divorced. Oh, the mother lies and is manipulative. The father is smart, but the mother was able to manipulate the father, and then they make a baby. Right? You have to see why. If you never ask why, you don't see why somebody is an a-hole. Okay? When you're depressed or sad, depressed, why? Let's do a brainstorm. Right? When you're depressed, why? Don't just, like, many people who are depressed, they just say, I'm depressed. But they don't want to see where it came from that lead them there. Right? Maybe because they get what? Abused. Maybe they got their heart broken. Maybe they don't have emotional support. Why am I depressed? Maybe you feel not good enough. Right? NGE. Maybe they just lack wisdom. They just don't know. In other words, this thing called ignorance. Maybe they're not done blaming, right? Maybe we play a victim too much. This is the main one. We blame for why we're depressed. That's the big one, okay? Not forgiving. Now, right? But when we investigate, this is the truth. The sad truth, right? It's kind of sad, but we want to see the truth because the truth will help us see the next step. Wow, I see where I come from. Maybe my mother was verbally abusive. Maybe their mother spanked them a lot. Maybe their father abusive. Maybe they got dumped or they got into a divorce, they got used, somebody cheated on them. Right? Maybe they feel no one cares. The world is such a terrible place. And then they feel that they're not good enough, no talent, not smart, no money, right? Not pretty, not handsome, not good enough. And maybe they just don't have the knowledge. I don't know how to be happy. But they don't even know that they don't know how until they ask why. And the biggest one of all, we blame our parents, we blame society, we play the victim. But playing the victim doesn't always lead to happiness. The victim continues to be a sad being. Because when you heal, you become more happy. So what's the question they're not asking? People are depressed because all they see is this option. They only see the negative, right? But on this side, we always have an option. Always. Option. In every part of our life, we have two emotions. Two options, two emotions, negative positive. Right? Negative, positive. But some people don't want to believe. They don't even want to see this. Some people are so attached to their negativity that they think this is a joke, this is a dream. Because the word is called ignorance again. This is going to come up a lot. Ignorance. You just don't know. And you're also closed-minded. And many people will get offended hearing this. People who aren't ready will continue being depressed. But the people who truly want to be happy, they're going to be open to this. Depressed people who are open-minded, they get here. Depressed people who are closed-minded will stay in this realm. But this is something that anyone can access if we just open our mind. I was stuck in this realm for 20-something years of my life. I didn't want to believe that you can just change to this, to learning to be more grateful, more positive, because I was so stuck in my own bubble, right? In my own sadness, my misery, my loneliness. And to just learn to be this, it was yucky, right? We feel yucky thinking that, wow, I can actually be positive. But we're so used to this. Now, what clouds this wisdom? What clouds it? The word is called distractions. Distracting you from seeing both sides, that you actually want to be positive, but you're focusing on negative every day. If you're focusing on negative, when the hell do we get to be positive? So we smoke weed. Right? We look for sex too much, drinking too much, it starts to create a wall because you can't just do one thing, right? Games, IG, FB, TikTok. It becomes a wall. You see that? It becomes a wall that clouds. So it's like a cloud. It clouds you so that you don't see the solution. So when you're clouded, weed, they make money. Dating sites, when you're sad, they make more money. You're licking, more money. When you're miserable and sad, you're gonna go out to the bar, go to Coachella, right? Like when you lack purpose, you're gonna continue excessively playing video games with no balance, right? They make more money. EA games, Call of Duty. Instagram has more viewers. Because all of this is designed that way. Because it makes money. Right? Because if you learn to be happy, you're not going to buy as much weed. You're not going to have as much sex, and you're not going to the dating sites, because when you're more positive, you begin to find love. When you're negative, you're going to keep going on dates, having sex, and then repeat, but never find true love. Right? You don't know when to stop playing games. You lack purpose. And playing games will limit you from finding a girlfriend or boyfriend because you're busy dating your damn PS5. And people don't want to hear that. And maybe some people are happy dating their PS5. But there's real human beings out there that you can date. Just saying. Right? When you're more happy, you learn to use IG. You learn to use Facebook. When you don't, you use Facebook to stalk people. You use Instagram to stalk people who are cute and hot, who don't care about you. And that's all the cloudiness of people in the negative, right? Closed-mindedness. Because the positive people, they look at IG, but they don't need to look at it. They just look for fun, but they're not attached to infinite entertainment. Right? Infinite entertainment. You're gonna hear this a lot. The cure is not what? Profitable. Right here / solutions. Solution is not profitable. Right? When people become united, it's harder to control. Mystic Dawns says, thank you for putting this out there. I have acknowledged that I'm using I use gaming as an escape for everything else, but simply knowing is not the same as understanding, and I appreciate you making the connections. This is what people need. The truth, but what makes more, right? What helps me grow? If I just do this? People don't want to hear the truth. It's quite annoying. They just want to see this. They treat the symptoms, not the problem. People don't focus on preventing. They get sick and wait to be fixed. While we drink our Diet Cokes and eat greasy meats that clog our arteries. The truth is not sexy. So that's why I don't go as deep when it comes to, because the truth, it doesn't help me grow financially that much. And that's sad to say, but that's the truth. Right? That's the truth. That's why I'm learning to create YouTube. Because people are not, like, the truth is not, people aren't willing to pay for it. Some are. Right? But they want to be entertained. But how can you make entertainment that has wisdom? Welcome to the Mystic Village. This is what people want. This is what helps me grow. For 44 months, I have deep talk with people. And for 4 years, I gained 3,000 followers each year. I try so many different ways. People want trendiness. We have been brainwashed already. But how can we use the entertainment to enlighten is what I'm always thinking about. Which is why you see me doing what I'm doing now. Enlightenment is a threat to the system. When Neo wakes up from the Matrix, Neo is a threat. The new one is born. Right? The awakening. They sometimes call that the Christ consciousness. or the Buddha consciousness. Right? It's all the same thing, but when people start to unite beyond religion, that's also a threat. My goal is to unite people beyond religion. But I know right? But I don't want to go into that too much. Why? I need to make money. I need to find balance between spreading the red pill and making money. For 44 months, let's just say for 3 years, I've been focusing on this part. How can I spread the wisdom? Recently, I start to have this thing called balance. How can I have both? How can I spread this, but also make more money? The sacrifice of doing this, I live with my parents. But I help people, but I'm not helping myself financially very much. But walking this path helps me to experience one thing. Energy, the chi, the intuition, the third eye, the awakening. Did you make the impact you wanted in those 44 months? Here's the truth. I did more than I could even imagine. I didn't expect to be able to do what I didn't do it, that's why. I just follow the signs. I just follow what feels right. Because I learn through experience. Experience. Trial and error. I learn the best by trial and error. As you may see, I am a Twitch partner. I figured this out when I had COVID in my room to create more theater. The way I'm speaking to you, this is all trial and error. Right? Twitch partner, it came from learning what people want entertainment. They don't want to just hear wisdom. That's boring. That's why people don't go to church as much. People don't go to temple. people don't read all those books? Because we are being so entertained that if it's not entertaining and engaging, our brains don't learn nothing. We don't learn anything unless it's interesting. Right? You can learn that through. Have you ever played a game called Minecraft? People play the hell out of Minecraft. Minecraft, there's a lot to do in Minecraft. But why are people more interested in Minecraft? Than meditation. Because Minecraft is fun. It's more, right? It's a game. Releases dopamine. Right. You have friends. Right? There's colors. Now here's the secret. Meditation, it used to be like Minecraft. And that's called religion. Right? Our ancestors, our grandmas, they had religion, they had culture. Their culture, they had friends in culture. When they hang out with friends, they feel a dopamine release. They have fun, right? They have parties at church or temple. You get dressed, you do stuff, right? But oftentimes, the new thing, it disconnects people. Just because it's popular, right? Religion worked, but it lose momentum. But how can we make a game or system that brings people up and help them gain wisdom with the modern world? That is our part, my brothers and sisters. What are you here to do? Are you willing to be the change you wish to see in the world? The internet. This is where most people spend their time. We're here right now, together. But are people happy? Is the internet known for happy people or miserable people? When we think about the internet, oftentimes we think there's some trolls up in this thing. It can get political, right? It could be a versus thing. But many people have access to this. But many people are unhappy. Not very interesting, I know. The truth is boring sometimes. That's why I'm doing this. I don't know how to give up on helping people, but this is where I'm at with making wisdom interesting, relaxing, engaging. Change. I want to help change the world, but I also have to improve my own self. Because why? Because I love it. I love helping people. But it's hard to maintain this when you need to grow financially. So maybe the smile can just be like this. And then the balance with money. That's where I'm at. Welcoming Mystic Shockwave. Phone's been weird. Because you have nothing worth giving if your cup does not overflow. It depends. Sometimes your cup is overflowing with wisdom, but not money. Having wisdom, it leads you to money. But not just regular money. Money that is fulfilled. Things that you love. Right? With wisdom. I have amazing friends around. Amazing communities. Amazing people right now that's here. That comes from the wisdom. Right? I have people that respect me. I have people that love me. Right? And that leads you to better things. It takes time to find your thing. But many people, they just focus on this. They don't got the wisdom. They just think they do, and people don't respect them. And many people simply don't know who they are. But deep down they know they're unhappy. But they will never be honest to themselves because they don't want to feel weak. The ego doesn't want you to see that you're weak, that you're vulnerable. But everything is fine until it's not fine. Right? You can keep lying to yourself and get away with it until there's consequences. You can keep selling drugs, right? Sell drugs. Sell drugs. You make a lot of money. Oh, you sell the white stuff, yayo. But at what cost? Jail time. That's the consequences. Not everybody gets caught. Right? Another balance. Right? You cheating, right? When you cheat, what do you get? You get a lot of pleasure. S-E-X. You get multiple people, right? It's fun. Right? At what cost? You never find this true love. When you cheat on people, you cheat on who? You cheat on yourself. But people with no wisdom, they don't want to hear this crap. They just get it, right? You just get S-E-X. Not to mention destroying people's lives. And when you cheat, if you don't put the glove on, you may have multiple children with different men or women, right? Now you become stuck, right? That's the deeper. You become stuck. And that's why many people will learn the what way? The hard way. And as we're talking about this, you can see so many people simply leaving the chat, right? Because, and this is why I shut up a lot more. The truth doesn't help me grow. People don't want to hear about this. Some do, but it's not a good business plan. You see how sad that is? That's why it took me so long to figure out. Like, I love helping people so much, but I'm not exponentially growing. Right? Right? I'm looking for this, but I'm doing this. At least it's going up. Right? I'm looking for at least here, but it's not, right? And I could tell that's not, it's not. Because when you look in your bank account and you don't have any other option than to live with your parents, to do your dream, this begins to matter. Now I'm grateful, right? I don't know. This is why I'm going here. That's why I'm going here. Because there's more people interested in wisdom on here than Twitch.tv. Now do you understand why I'm changing everything? This is as clear as it gets. Many people are sad that I changed I changed the way I'm doing things on Twitch. It's really about money at the end. I'm still gonna help people no matter what. But if I just understand how the system works, then I can also help people and make money and grow in the way at the standard that I'm looking for. And it's still achieve this. And once I make enough of this, where am I going to return to? Because now I can support people who wake up. How do you stop falling back into your faults? Hard to knock bad habits. The secret? You have to super pay what? Pay attention. Like if you keep making the mistake over and over, if you keep getting heartbroken over and over and over and over and over and over and over, maybe the problem is you. But people who don't pay attention will just blame the person, right? They'll blame the guy, the girl, but they'll never blame themselves. If every day you wake up and you feel depressed, right? You wake up, you feel depressed. The next day, you're sad. You're sad and depressed. But you want to be happy. This is your goal. Like, why do you keep feeling like crap if you want this? Well, if you keep doing the same habits and you result in sadness, then you gotta change things up, right? Now, if we have a habit and we feel like crap and we keep doing the same thing, sleeping late, video game, working a crappy job we don't even like, and we don't educate ourselves, if we keep repeating smoking weed, hanging out with crappy friends, hanging out at the bar after work, and we feel this way, the only person that, right, we can control is ourselves, our habits. Right? Sad people hang out with other sad people, and happy people hang out with happy people. I don't hang out with anyone from my old life in my current state of life. I don't hang out with anyone from before because I don't want to fall back into going to the karaoke bar and making casual excuses to get drunk and lose my good habits and lose my momentum. Right? I don't want to go back to my old ways, so I have to stop hanging out with people who act that way. And those people I used to call my best friends. And sadly, they still do the same thing. But that's okay. I wish them the best. The only person I can be responsible for is myself. I can't expect change from my friends or family. Even though we really want our family to change, we really want our... And I tried. Don't try to inspire people. Be the change. Be such an amazing role model. Be such an amazing light. And people around you, they will change. while you transform. When you transform, your friends won't go with you. That's the truth. When you really do amazing work, your friends, they won't go with you because you're in another dimension, humbly speaking. Not that you're better. You just grew so much that you're in the forest while they still remain in the little greenhouse in Home Depot. No disrespect to Home Depot, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that I learned from Tony Robbins, we have to learn to what? Raise our what? Standards. Raise our standard. You know what's my standard? I don't go to a bar. Now I can go in, I just choose not to. Because why? I see a bar as what I call a black hole. It's a trap. Now I drink alcohol, but I drink at home, where I'm not around toxic people who are escaping their reality, right? I love margaritas, but I drink it at home because I don't want to be around people who are escaping, right? But people have the right to escape. So don't feel bad. I'm not here to make you feel bad. I'm just here to speak the truth that I've learned through the years. When I get too honest, people leave. That's fine. And that's why I don't talk as much. I just do my sand thing and talk general. I don't try to go too deep because I don't want to be too sharp. I don't want to poke at people. I know people are emotionally sensitive, so I try to create more relaxation. I can always just drop the bomb. I can always drop the wisdom. But people don't want this crap. They want, right? They want the smooth, buttery. They want the pretty mountain. They expect this. They expect Bob Ross. Yes, little mountains. But behind that little mountain, they feel like crap. Little trees. And so this is why I do a lot more ASMR. Right? I do a lot more of this now. Now my OGs, all the moderators, they're used to the hammer, the cosmic hammer, right? But I'm learning to soften up, to relate more to the mainstream consciousness who don't want this crap. So I'm learning to be more gentle because people don't want the truth. They want to be entertained and a little truth. That's why they watch more Maori. You are not the father. It's true, but it's entertaining. Just gotta be real. Yeah, people don't want the bomb. Like, to me, I love this stuff, but I'm detaching from it because it's not a good business plan, but it will change the world, right? It will change the world. But how the hell can I change the world if I'm broke? I'm not broke, but I definitely could do a lot more if I had more money. You know what I mean? And for me to say that, that's after 44 months of streaming on Twitch. 44 months. It took me 32 months to get partnership doing wisdom. If I just did, but I can never just not speak on wisdom. It's who I am. It's my soul signature. And now always it'll be the core of who I am. But I have to have balance, right? Balance. Which is why you should follow me on YouTube to support my financial growth. And really, even though I talk about finances, my foundation will always be help people. I can't not do that. Like, if I'm not helping people, I'm not me. Like, no matter what I do, no matter how much money you throw at it, how can I help people feel peace? How can I help people relax? Right? How can I make the world a better place? But now I'm like, how can I make the world a better place and also grow financially? It has to be both, or else I won't do it. Because it hurts my soul to just do this without helping people. To me, if I'm not helping people and I'm just working for money, I would just be a lost soul. How I used to be. No purpose, just doing it for money. Just doing it to get girls, to get popular, to get sex. But I don't know my purpose, my foundation. Right? This is what I lead with. And then I learned to merge that with money. Right? One of my biggest things, I want to check that I'm not greedy. But just that mindset and heart set, I know I'm okay. Because imagine somebody with a really good heart has a lot of money. What they could do. And that person might be you. Imagine if people like Buddha or Jesus or Gandhi or whoever you feel is like a world changer and they had access to money. What they would do, what you would do if you are a really good person. Right? You could provide water to where there's no water. You could provide what? Education to where there's no education. Right? Imagine you can feed people, right? You can feed people. That's a hamburger. You can feed people. You can educate people. You can support families. You can share your wisdom. Right? Because why would people listen to you if you're not really making a difference in their lives? So that's my goal. Make a difference. Do amazing work. But I have to understand what I'm doing on Twitch is not really normal. Like I used to walk the tarot path, right? But it's too surface level. It's too surface level. Even if you penetrate the depths of it, they just want to hear you say stuff to them, but what doesn't happen? Us having this deep conversation is more useful than any tarot reading we can do. That's 100. Right? Because we're going deep. And we're talking to everybody. And you get to make your own decisions. Mystic Favorite says, what is the most effective way to avoid chasing money? Oh, that's a good thing. Find your dream. When you know your dream, you know your calling, you know your purpose. And that, your dream is oftentimes something beyond money, right? It's beyond money. It's priceless. And that's why many people who get money, they get stuck in there. And people only see them for this because they lack the higher purpose. Right? Now, some people's dream is to get rich, and many people don't get there. Some do, and they what? They lose it all. If you hear a lot about people in the NFL, they get rich and then they get bankrupt. They hit the lotto and they get bankrupt because they get this, but they don't have some higher calling. Find your dream. What are you willing to die for? Only to live for it. That's how I see purpose in dreams. Because life is meant to be lived and enjoyed, not for us to be a slave to money. Because when you die, you don't take the stuff with you. But when you impact people positively, you impact their whole community, their culture, their country, the whole world. The stuff comes and goes. Our life comes and goes. But when you create a positive influence, you do it for the lineage until who knows how long. What are your goals, things you would like? Unite. Unite humanity. Teach people how to heal each other. Right? Which means wisdom. I want to spread wisdom so that you can support people in your country, your city, so that you can learn different ways to. Humanity can heal each other. Like, we all have the potential to tend to each other, to make a difference. But oftentimes we are stuck inside our boxes, our homes, and we don't create support systems. And not until it's too late sometimes. Right. I want to help people. I want people to feel true what? True happiness. True happiness. Which is what? It's now. True happiness is now. Many people don't even know what that means, that true happiness is now. And if the world understood that happiness is not a destination, that happiness is the journey, people would be free. We would be free from the matrix of the financial system, of the military industrial complex, of politics, of the lines that the system has created to separate us called countries, marketing and the brainwashing that's going on. For people to feel true happiness now. Because people don't ask, where does happiness come from? In every moment of your life, you have access to infinite emotions. Infinite emotions, right? Infinite emotions. In this moment, you can activate any emotion you want. But you have to have an open what? Open mind. You can say this is BS. Or you can open your mind and say, if you've ever been inspired in your life just one time, you can meditate. Recall the time you were inspired, and you would feel inspired thinking about something in the past. Now, one of the things that I love to feel is called fulfillment. Right? I was seeking in the past this thing called fulfillment, which I thought was impossible. Like, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. What if I just made up what fulfillment feels like? And activate it. When I breathe like I'm free. Like the sun is shining, I hear the birds singing, the sky is blue, and the weather is perfect. I have no worries in my life. I'm free from stress. I'm not worried what people would judge me if I just straight up have the biggest grinning smile. If I just stop giving a crap. So guess what? I tried. I opened my mind and I try to make up. Right? Sometimes people be thinking, hey, he crazy. But they don't try because they have a what kind of mind? Closed mind. But you don't want to be blindly fulfilled. You understand the emotion is now, but you still need to get a damn job. You need to find your calling, your purpose. But the emotion that we seek, the love that we seek, it's now. But the mind doesn't want to believe because we've been brainwashed to think, I need to get married, get a girlfriend, get a wife, husband. I need to make this money, this house, and then I can experience fulfillment. But once you get there, I need a bigger house, right? I need a boob job. I need six-pack ab. That's not, no. Once you get there, it's not enough. When would you ever feel enough other than now? All you have is now. Time is made up. Is real. Yeah, we have the mind. The mind can conceptualize time. But if you didn't look at a clock, you're always now. The sun goes up and down. The moon goes up and down. Time is made up by human beings, but all we got is now. Yes, there's the future. It's good to have a vision. You want a house, you want a car, you want a wife, you want a husband, you want children, you want Bitcoin, you want to invest, you want your own business. It's good. It's good to have a vision. But all of it is how you do in the now. In right now, are you making a plan to make your vision come true? Right now, do you have discipline? Right now, are you around people who are inspired? Right? Right now, are you doing something that will lead you to your vision? Or does it disconnect you from your vision? It's not about being perfect. It's not about being perfect. Then what is it about? It's about doing your what? Doing your best. And settling not lower, but settling what? Settling higher. Okay. How does one find their purpose? Everybody finds purpose differently. If you don't know your purpose, it better be on your damn radar. Right? It better be on your radar. If you don't know your purpose, boom. Right? The secret is that think about the time where you were most inspired. Your purpose is about this right here. service. It's something beyond what? It's something beyond yourself and your desires. You can have a job. You can have money, but you don't know your purpose. You can have a job, you can have money, right? You provide for your family, but you still don't know your purpose. All you're thinking about is you, your family, and that's it. You're not thinking about something greater than you and your family, people around you. And that's fine, at least you got that. But purpose is something beyond you, beyond what you want. About making the world a better place, about making an impact. Purpose is oftentimes about some sort of positive legacy. The word is called selflessness. Right? If all you're thinking about is me, and me, right? If you're selfish, oftentimes no one gives a crap about you. Right? Like if you're an a-hole, people will treat you the way you treat the world. Like if you don't care about the world and you don't make a positive difference, when you're in trouble, no one will give a crap about you. And if they do care about you, they expect something back, right? Do you want to sit down or what? I'm going to give you one chance to mature up, okay? It's okay. That's why we give people a chance. Sometimes they don't know what we're doing. They come looking for attention. But they don't pay attention. And that's okay. We all used to be that way. Right? Now we're giving you a chance. And that's okay. We can learn to understand and forgive people. That's called compassion. We want to have good communication, right? So that we can understand each other. Some people, their approach to things are immature. Because immaturity, people who are immature, they're looking for what? Attention. And many of these people turn into, also known as people who troll sometimes, and they may turn into a comedian. This is generalizing, right? So this is, because why? I understand. Right? Because why? Because they don't get attention, maybe from their friends at school. Maybe they don't get attention. And that's okay. We just learn to understand that we all have our thing. Some of us, we need a lot of attention. Right? Some of us, we just need somebody to say thank you to us, that I appreciate you. Right? Some people just need a hug. We all have different needs, and we just have to be patient with each other because we all just want to be happy. So we have to learn to be the change we wish to see in the world, don't we? Now for me to do this kind of work on a mainstream level, what does it take? A ton of what? Right? Patience. But sometimes I slip. I'm not perfect either, but most of the time I don't slip. It's rare that I do, and oftentimes it's because I drink a ton of caffeine throughout the day, and you just got a giant hammer. And some people will just leave forever. That's fine sometimes. Right? But when people know your true intentions, no matter what you do, they'll still love you because they know your heart. Right? People who don't know you, right? Behind your back, they'll talk crap. But people who know you, they'll always believe in you, even when people are talking crap. So we have to be patient with each other, or else, if we don't have patience with each other, what do we begin to do, especially in family? We begin to fight. Why do we begin to fight? Because everybody is doing what? Everybody is talking, and no one is doing what? No one's listening. Right? The foundation of good relationship is what? Everybody knows. Communicación. Communication. And communication is not you talking at people. It's about having a two-way conversation, not a one-way street. When communication becomes one way, we introduce this thing called ego, my way, ego. And for relationships to harmonize, we have to have good communication, and we have to have a balance, right? There has to be something called, the word is called compromise, right? Right? Compromise. compromise. It means that sometimes you have to make a sacrifice. Sacrifice your comfort. Right? You have to sacrifice your comfort. And they also have to make some sacrifice. And you have to have a balance, because if you sacrifice too much, you begin to lose yourself. If the husband always does what the wife wants to do, when does the husband do what he wants to do? So the husband begins to be a people pleaser. The boyfriend begins to be a people pleaser. And he begins to be a butt kisser. We want to learn to stand up for what we believe. Get up, stand up for your right. Right? So that's why we communicate to see, look, right? My partner knows that when I do sound healing, I'm around a lot of women because I naturally attract women who are healing, right? She used to be insecure until I told her, look, trust me. Right? She sacrificed her worries and ego, and I became loyal, right? I sacrificed. Okay, you trust, loyal, we both know we're gonna stay. I'm gonna be loyal and you trust, because this is my life. I'm gonna be around a lot of women and men, and if you can't accept that, then don't be with me. If you're going to be with me, you need to learn to love your damn self, I tell my partner. If you love me more than yourself, don't be with me. That's my compromise. If your purpose is to just be in a relationship and you don't have anything else going on for you, don't be with me. That's my compromise. But we have to have communication from the beginning, or else we become husband and wife as a purpose, and we're not having any dreams or goals that we're working on. We're just employees of the matrix and the system. But know what? No purpose. No passion. No passion. No purpose, no passion. And we just live to pass things on. Pass it on to the children. Let the children live the dream. We don't have the purpose, no passion, no purpose, and we're just looking to pass it on to our children. But what about our own dreams? Some people didn't add this recipe to their life. My master calls these people parents with no dreams. They're called babysitters. And so, when you live to be a babysitter, to just raise your children learn to also do what? Your children copy you exactly. And they also don't go for their dream, because you taught them through example. Sacrifice your dream for what? Mi familia. Familia. Like Toretto. It's all about family, right? But we forget our dream. But if we have our dream, our children will learn. The people around us, they will learn to believe in their dream. And then they teach their family, believe in your dream, make a difference. What is your dream? Do you ever ask? What's something that you're willing to die for, but only to live? Welcoming Mystic Real Genre. Welcoming Mystic Surf Saint. What does a cow make when the sun comes out? A shadow. What did it take for me to find my dream? It took me failing college. I dropped out of college. I was a college dropout. Three times. I took biology in college. How many times? 4 times. Only to go back, get on the dean's list, and still decide college is not for me. I went, alright, and then I switched school to become a digital communications major. Photographer. Which is one of my masteries. Which is why you can see photography is one of my masteries, because that's why you see I care so much about different camera angles. Right? Even though this is a basic, it's a live stream, I can't just have, So before I graduated, I was about to graduate, but I didn't. I got a job as a wedding videographer. But after 3.5 years of being a wedding videographer, I was unhappy. So I tried being a massage therapist. But as I began to do the work, I realized I want to help people wake up. I don't want to fix people. I want to teach them how to live life, not be part of their lifestyle of fixing their laziness, right? A lot of people get massage therapy because they don't take care of their mindset. They live a really high stress life. And as a therapist, you fix that. But instead, I wanted to show people how to think, how to exit, how to red pill, basically. Thank you, Mystic the Beatron. But then I'm like, how am I gonna make money doing that? So I found what? I found Twitch. where are my roots? Many people already know. My inspiration for me helping people, it comes from me helping my ex-girlfriend of long-distance relationship not self-delete or suicide over the phone. She dumped me and went to date somebody else, where she had a double abortion. And her mom basically disowned her. And she felt shame. But we were still friends and talking. And I helped her to find some grounding. Like, I helped her to realize that happiness is her responsibility, and the energy that I experienced was so high. Helping somebody free their mind is incredible. Like, it's so crazy how much energy you experience when you help people live their life. But where does this come from? My family. My family love helping everyone else but our own family. I was raised Buddhist. But now, I'm just a student of the Buddha and not religious. Right? My family was about helping everyone else, but we forget to do what? We forget to love ourselves. We forget to love our own family. But we are so good at helping everyone else. I always brought the joy at every party I went to, but inside, I was sad. I got validation from helping people. Right? Supporting people gives me validation because I didn't know how to love myself. But helping people led me to helping drug dealers and people manipulating me. So I got used. I was used at the worst part of my life. I was used to deliver drugs. I was used for my money. Right? Because I didn't know. I was looking for love. And at that time I was heartbroken. When you're heartbroken and you're vulnerable, it's easy for people to use you. Right? Whenever you break up with somebody, you always have this thing called, many people have this thing called a rebound. The person that you hook up with casually as a rebound. Right? That's unhealthy, but that's what people do, because people don't know what is love, but they know sex. Right? And so when we're vulnerable and weak, right? People know, and people will use you for your vulnerability and your weakness, but not for what? Not for your strength. Not for your strength. Now I hang around people who see me for my strength. Because you know why? I show them what is my weakness. Right? I show them where my shortcomings are. I show them, look, my strength, I help people. My weakness, money. But now it's changing. I'm learning to strengthen this. But I continue to do my part. Because things change. Because I'm trying to turn my weakness into my strength so that I can teach others how to turn their financial weakness into their strength. Because I can do that with knowledge and wisdom. You can turn a negative mindset into a positive one. I'm very good at that part. But this is what I'm working on. So be very selective when it comes to friendship. You want to grow with people, not use each other. Right? Some people choose to be friends with somebody because they know they're better than them at something. Right? Right? They're better. Right? They can't hang around with people who's better than them because their ego, it gets hurt. They don't like it. But if you're around people who are growing, right? Who are looking to achieve something, right? People who are hungry, people who, they call it the beginner's mind. The beginner, when you first get on any sport, skateboarding, basketball, you're inspired, right? You're driven. Maybe some of you have live streamed before, right? Maybe you want to become a streamer. You try. You're really inspired. You watch alpha gaming. You watch YouTube videos about live streaming, right? On Twitch. And you were inspired for 2 weeks. You tried streaming for about 1 month. You only had about 5 viewers. Maybe a little bit more, let's say 15. And you're like, why am I not growing? Dreams, they take time to build. You hear the term, I'm here for the marathon, not the sprint, because you get tired going for the sprint, while the marathon, see, sprinter, up, down, losing momentum, a downward trend, okay? You want to be like blue chip stock, right? Apple, you know it's going up. Tesla, right? Dogecoin, the meme coin, right? Or whatever those, moon coin. You want to treat life like a marathon, which is why I've been on this journey of helping people for over 10 years. I just can't. The first meditation group that I had had a maximum of 6 people with my friends from the Cheesecake Factory. Okay, like the first group that I started. 10 years, I still think about the same. How can I help people be free? How can I help them feel true happiness? How can I help them exit the matrix? Right? How can I make a better difference? How can I grow? How can I make this my life? How can I do this forever? How can I do this forever and become a master at it? How can I do more? And many of you have seen all the phases that I've gone through. But I'm trying to get to the ocean, the big ocean. And I was in a little lake here, little lake. And I'm making my way right now to the ocean. Right? So I can help what? More people. And that I can also make more money. Right? So that I can continue helping more people. And I can share how I got there so that people can learn to fishing. So that I don't have to give them fish. But we still want to give people some fish, you know. But we don't want to make people beggars. Will you continue to stream on Twitch or what I'm doing with you right now? If people like the talking part, I maintain it. But I'm not sure, like, when I'm talking to you right now, this is where I will end up on YouTube, okay? This is the way I'm talking to you right now is where I want to end up on YouTube. But to grow on YouTube, you have to do what most people want. You have to do things that are popular, things that people look for, right? Which is why I'm learning what are the key words like sand wisdom, Zen sand, right? You have to learn how people search, SEO, search engine optimization, keywords. If you're not searching for it, you're never going to be found. But you have to do something that creates traffic so that you can get monetized, right? And you want to be like I don't show my face on Twitch, but I will show my face on YouTube because Twitch doesn't need to see my face. They need me to do ASMR and create relaxing content. But the ocean of people interested in wisdom on YouTube is way greater. And that's why I have to learn to, that's why I'm doing, right? I'm reducing the time I'm streaming on Twitch, and I'm learning to create viral YouTube content. So that's why in the beginning I do a silent tea ceremony or sand tracing, because that's what people look for on YouTube. What I'm doing right now is called soft-spoken wisdom. People look for that keyword, right? So what I'm doing with you right now is called soft-spoken. Soft-spoken Zen garden. People look for this Zen garden. They look for soft-spoken. They look for Zen garden. Right? They look for soft-spoken storytelling. And luckily, no one else is doing what I'm doing. And people are looking for this, right? So that's good news for me because I just started doing this and I'm getting pretty good traction because no one else is doing this, whatever Zen garden soft-spoken wisdom crap. So that's why I'm learning how to work with YouTube because it's a different platform and the approach is different. So I'm brainstorming a lot, a ton of brainstorming, right? I'm looking at, okay, what's my brand? Do I show my face? Right? Okay, how much ASMR do I show? When do I get more personal with the YouTube? Right? If you get personal too fast, then you disconnect from what people want. You gotta give people what they want. Once they appreciate what you do, then it leads you to wisdom, which is just me being like, this is me. When I'm talking to you like this is me being myself. But YouTube doesn't want this right away. It needs to know who you are first before you introduce personality that's deeper than content. And this is what I've been studying for the past year. Okay. Mystic Favors guy says, Mr. Unwind, I have a problem. I try to train my calmness and my happiness the last days, but I get distracted very hard by something. I can't really calm down. Because of this, it's not even the feel for me trying to change something, it's just pierce anger inside. How do I accept something that I can't change? If you can't change something, don't. Accept that you're angry. It's okay that you're angry. Accept your anger. But guess what? Here's a secret. You're not angry. It's your mind that's angry. Your mind is angry. Through watching the mind, you're not angry. Your mind has baggage and attachment through what we called meditation, the art of meditation, the art of awareness. You can learn to watch your mind, but you're not the mind. You're not your baggage. You don't identify as anger. And how do you do this? Through meditation. You focus on what? Your breath, also known as, where are you breathing? You're breathing air. Now, that's where you're not. When you're angry, you are not present. You're in your mind. Meditation and focusing on your breath, the breath is always now. Your anger is not now. Your anger is in your head. You're not now. Meditation will show you how to be patient with your mind that's angry. When you stop identifying as I am angry and you start realizing, oh, my mind is angry, you become more peaceful because you're in the moment where everything right now is in the moment. This is the moment. When you start to get in your head, this is your head, your mind. The infinite sand around is always there, but you're spending your time in this little box. Every time you breathe and be with your breath, this is what happens. But sometimes when you try it once, you say it doesn't work. I told you it doesn't work. Oh, it works because you need to learn to practice. Practice. But many people don't want to do this. It's easier to play Apex. Easier to play League of Legends. Grand Theft Auto roleplay. So we don't learn how to just watch the mind. We keep our mind what? Instead of learning to be in peace here, and this peace is all around you, you be in your mind where you have insecurities, anger, attachments, loneliness, yuckiness, thinking too much, worrying too much. And we don't learn to practice meditation, so we fill it with Apex. We fill it with weed that stimulates the mind more, adult movies. But when you learn to meditate, this happens. The mind becomes an illusion. And what makes your mind really active? Stimulants. Coffee, caffeine, high amounts of caffeine, right? However you spell right? Caffeine. People look for stimulants because they don't know that the high is your existence itself. But it's not about getting high. It's about now. It's about the blessing of now. I know you don't. When you start mentioning these spiritual words and stuff, people are like, "Oh, blessing. That's some church BS." That's how close-minded I used to be. All right. When you start talking about blessings and gratitude, people start to disengage. And let me go watch Dr. Disrespects or some crap, right? And so people miss the main part because they identify positive things as churchy or religious. And so they miss the red pill. And they're stuck in their old blue pill, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I used to be the same way. If you say anything that would resemble anything about religion, don't pray for me, please. No, thank you. Are you trying to convert me? No, don't take my money. I don't have the money. Right? Is this a pyramid scheme? You trying to get me to join ACN? You trying to get me to buy some coffee? Nah, no pyramid scheme, please. Right? I just wish there was more people doing what I'm doing. But instead of complaining, I do my work. I just do my part and I improve. I just think, how can it be better? Right? It's Mystic 94 says, it's so easy to get distracted and procrastinate in this digital world. Consistency and discipline is key. Mystic Favors Guy says, thank you, I will try practice. I regularly hear Buddhist Dharma teaching but never tried meditation myself my whole life. I had to admit, and I'm almost 30. Then get your butt on the cushion and try it. I recommend using music when you start. Use music that you enjoy. And don't sit too long. 8 to 15 minutes consistently. And just be with your breath. Be with your breath. Let me draw the head here. Mouth opening. Be with your breath. And the thing is, it's so simple. Like meditation is so simple, but the mind makes it hard because the mind doesn't know how to show the F out, right? The monkey mind knows how to be a damn monkey. Many people don't know that the mind, it doesn't have to be a monkey mind. It can be a still mind. And that, for some people, seems impossible. Like, still mind, no. I got things to worry about. I got insecurities. I'm still in love I'm still in love with that girl from algebra class in high school, right? I can't just show. I got baggage, right? They used me. No, like blah blah blah, blah blah blah, right? All this. The monkey mind will make things up to keep your mind busy. And when your mind's busy, you'll play more Fortnite, smoke more weed, look for more Tinder swiping right or whatever, right? Because the monkey mind, it loves to swing from tree to tree. It swings, swinging from tree to tree, looking for the next high. Have you ever tried standing meditation? I've tried so many types of meditation. So much that I just live. Like I'm just walking, like I'm just meditating. I'm watching my mind and my breath all day without trying. Right? So sometimes my mind will swing from tree to tree, but what do? I just observe. I just watch. I don't identify as the monkey. Now, the monkey mind will try to get me to think, oh, I'm all my BS and my baggage, my insecurity. If I'm not aware with my divine dharma eye or spiritual eye, the monkey mind will fall off trees and I get hurt because I start identifying as the monkey mind. But through meditation, awareness, mindfulness, and even the sand tracing that I'm doing with you, it helps me see my monkey mind. And one of my attachment to the monkey mind is called perfectionist. Right? Like when it comes to doing consciousness work, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to consciousness work. Because that's who I am. But when I'm attached to being perfect in doing the work, remember, everything that I'm teaching you and showing you, if you ever need to break them, do it. But you're supposed to make your own judgment. There's a concept in Zen Buddhism or Zen. The Buddha points his finger to the moon. Welcoming Mystic Letitia. The Buddha. This is Buddha here, okay? The Buddha points his finger to the moon. Moon. He points. The Buddha is your higher self, which is your true happiness. The finger represents the teachings, which is what we're talking about, right? Knowledge. Many people get stuck in practicing meditation that they don't actually go for the moon, which represents true happiness or enlightenment, right? Or Christ consciousness, or reaching Dumbledore level, or reaching whatever grand wizard or whatever it is, right? So the Buddha represents the symbol of what's possible. Damn, you can get pretty dope. This is how you get dope. Sometimes we're just practicing this is the dope teachings. We practice the dope teachings, but we don't feel this. Why? Because we're stuck, right? To go to the moon, you break the teachings and you just trust that you'll make it to the moon. You're not supposed to know how. All the teachings just prepare you. All the teachings, they're like a map. Like your parents teach you stuff, but when you go to college, you get effed up and smoke weed and have sex, all that, right? They didn't teach you that, but that's just part of life. It happens. But you know the right thing to do. Right? You know what to do. Life is not about being perfect. It's about being true to yourself, that you're not perfect. But it's also about learning from your mistakes. If you never learn from your mistakes, you just be walking in a circle, still heartbroken, until you die. And some people do. I'm here to show you that you can find true happiness and to not be so damn lonely. But I'm just another person trying to make a difference. To follow me. So if you would like to support me, subscribe to me on YouTube. Or subscribe to me on Twitch. Or just follow, whatever. You have to be honest with people, not BS with them. Right? But do it with your heart. You just have to be honest with yourself. Most people are not honest with themselves about how they feel. Because nobody taught them. They've been brainwashed by Hollywood novellas, soap operas. They've been brainwashed by music of the mainstream, Justin Bieber's and the Selena Gomez's. Is it reasonable to walk before bed, or it depends on how much you walk? Because sometimes that works for you, right? Are you walking to relax, or are you walking to work out? If you're walking to sleep, right? But again, if you're active before bed, it's gonna take time to fall asleep. Which brings us to where? The end. But here's the thing, sister. You know what works for you. Trust yourself and just experiment. Trust yourself and just experiment. So thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's sand wisdom and knowledge. A lot of talking today. And I think this is what maybe some people want. What do you think of today's stream? I didn't do too much ASMR today. Well, thank you, Mystic Lord Plowing. Thank you for all the love, support over the years, everybody. I've been here for almost 4 years, actually. 46 months would be, right? So I'm at 42 months right now. So 2 more months, we're going to be here for 4 years. Wait, no, we're going to be, in 4 months, I will be here for 4 years. Damn. Thank you for the stream and sharing with you. You're welcome. I'm trying to grow myself, so some days it'll be more silence. And I think it'll be 2 hours of silence and 2 hours of wisdom. I think that's healthy. Because I need to make YouTube content and wisdom content. So let's see who we can rate today. So thank you for all the love and support. And I'm just doing my best to find my way to support myself and the people around me that I love and family. And thank you for all your support. If you're in Houston, Texas or near Texas and you want to come meditate with me, we meditate at the park every Sunday. If you would like to be part of that and you're around Houston or Texas, we're at a park called Menil Park, 2 p.m. Sundays. We're going to raid somebody. Professor Solomon is on. Oh, we'll show him some love. He been. Okay, Mystic Aisha on. And it's been kind of thin, Twitch has been kind of thinning out a little bit from what I'm seeing. Yeah, we're gonna raid Mystic Solomon. Here we go. Will you ever come to Germany? The goal is to do a worldwide. The goal is to inspire you to start a meditation at your country, in your city. But my goal is to travel and do sound healing. And I'm working on that right now. So thank you for all your love and support. And it will be cool to do that. And I hope you have a wonderful night. And namaste.